Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Primal Chaos here, and today I'm going to jump back in time a little bit to a band who I am familiar with from an abundance of shirts and things like that. And to full disclosure, I am pretty familiar with one of this band's tracks. It's Killswitch Engage. My Curse was on one of the Guitar Hero games, so I'm pretty familiar with that one. And I remember it being pretty awesome. So I thought if I'm going to jump back in time and do bands that have a fair amount of extreme vocals, then why not go with some that I'm marginally familiar with. I've definitely never heard this song before. It's not like I could name any of their albums or anything like that. So I think it's a fair call for a review video, don't you? This is my last Serenade, Killswitch Engage. All right, here we go. Wow, okay, off to a start that I was not expecting. Beautiful harmonies and some nice acoustic guitar. There's a vocal thread through there as well, really high but really quiet. Oh! Listen to that low end rumble, man. Jesus. Just got to hear that impact again. So much old school. Straight up rhythm. So you'll notice what's going on here, which is quite interesting, is the drums are super straight, right? And then, so the bass and guitars are providing all of this syncopation, which gives it sort of a driving rhythm, or at least, you know, something a lot more complex. Even though what they're doing by today's standards is actually pretty standard, like it's pretty simple. It's difficult to articulate as a player, but it's not as technical as some of the more modern sort of stuff. And I mean, everything's got to start somewhere. I bet these guys evolved their sound as they went along as well. But there's, I love the duality of that. Everybody knows when to sit back and let, you know, somebody else take the wheel. And that's not to say the drummer's not doing anything. You can hear, well, that they embellish certain articulations in the melody of what the rhythm section's doing, or the guitar and, I want to say rhythm section because they're the ones providing the rhythm, but the guitar and bass, like listen again, right? See those little double kick sort of things to sort of give impact to some of the faster percussive guitar parts, like digga 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 dig. I've mentioned this before, but a lot of times when you hear with aggressive music, the guitar doing a lot of really ballsy kind of chuggy sort of stuff, it's less the guitar and more the bass and the kick drums that are providing that energy. And that, so when they're all playing in unison, it sounds like the guitarist is doing all the work, but it's really, they're just getting all the glory. But yeah, I mean, you listen to that little articulation again. That was all kick drum, you know. The guitars don't even have to really necessarily be all that tight at that point, because the snap of the kick drum tends to pull everything in line. It obviously helps to be really tight with everything, but you'd be surprised how much you can get away with when the kick drum's doing all the work. But I love the fact that he's only just chiming in when necessary. He's just, you know, honoring the rhythm that the other guys are putting out there and just essentially providing them with a metronome to play it. It just makes you want to bop, doesn't it? Man, I can just picture dudes back in the 2000s just rolling in their Toyota Corollas with the windows down, just blasting this shit, just to annoy old people. I love it. Oh, see, now the drummer's starting to earn his keep. And, you know, the thing about when you're putting together a song is you don't want to throw all your eggs in the basket at the start of the song. So you start with really simplistic rhythmic parts through, say, the first verse. Then when you come through to like further along in the song, you want to add layers as you go along. And so the drummer has picked up his game. He's now adding a little bit more syncopation and a lot more fills and things like that, which was kind of avoiding to start with. And, you know, the guitars have completely changed up their rhythm as well. And it just gives it just a bump in energy, right? Let me jump back. It's all very straight through here. Everything just loosens up and just becomes... Yeah, see, this isn't too far removed from music that I'm familiar with, because as I've said before, I don't mind screaming and growling and stuff like that when it's juxtaposed against singing. So it's actually pretty surprising I didn't get into Killswitch back in the day when everyone else was, because this is actually kind of right up my alley. Just great solid riffs, ballsy sort of melodies. The attitude reminds me, you guys are going to laugh, but kind of reminds me a little bit of early Sugar Ray, which was around the same era. Now, everyone's going to be like, early morning, that's some bullshit. Sugar Ray, in their debut album, was actually very punk. Pop punk, but punk aesthetic, with a lot of these sort of riffs. Songs like, what was the name of it? Mean Machine, which, if you go look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's all heavy. Much like many bands at the time, they bring out a ballad, they have a huge hit with it, and then suddenly that's the direction the band's going. And they ditch the DJ, which was the thing at the time as well, and move forward. You know, get rid of any sax players or trumpet players and things like that, because scat was the thing as well. Anyway, whatever. I like the fact that the riffs, they're just nicely crafted, right? So they, like they'll put in like an upstroke on the guitar to an open sort of chord in the middle of it all to sort of punctuate the syncopation. So it's real easy to on the beats and stuff like that. But if you start putting in a it sort of adds this weird sort of syncopation to the overall rhythm that sort of opens the riff out, and it gives your ear something to grab onto that's not just straight percussion. It's got some harmony to it now, and I dig that. It's cool. That sort of thing. Trying to see what guitar this dude's playing. It looks like a Steve Vai gem, but there's parts of it that make me think it's not. I thought I saw a mirrored pickguard for a second. Not that one. Jeez, they're just riff machines, aren't they? Cool. So we get all introspective and moody. I like it. Very cool. Cool little reprise there at the end. That's really neat. All right. Yeah, so, okay, what is there to say about this? We'll find out in a second. So you guys have heard me talk about Enchroma Glasses on every video. And there's a reason for that. I'm colorblind, much like a lot of you guys out there. 1 in 6 men, 1 in 200 women. That's probably you, or at least someone you know. So jump on the website, Enchroma. The link's in the description. You can do a free eye test, find out, you know, if you're colorblind, and if so, how colorblind, or at least what colorblindness you suffer from. And you can grab some corrective glasses there that do a great job sort of changing your perception of the world. So use the code CHAOS in the checkout and get 10% off any glasses you buy. All right, so let's take a look. Killswitch Engage, My Last Serenade. Look, I mean, there's no real surprises here. This is just balls to the wall rock from that sort of era. Like I said, they're just riff machines. Like those riffs are just solid rock riffs, man. It makes you want to drive too fast, which always gets a tick from me. I'm actually a safe driver, don't worry. But yeah, like there's, you know, this reminds me, My Curse was, like I said, it was a song I'm familiar with, and this wasn't too far removed from that. It was interesting that there were sung vocals in there. I'd forgotten that these guys did that. But yeah, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just a great song. If you're watching this, chances are you're a fan of Killswitch from back in the day. Or maybe you discovered them recently, who knows, like me. But you know the song, you know what it is. It's probably one of your favorites. And I hope I did it justice. So yeah, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks for sticking around, you guys. Thanks for all the great comments again. And I'll see you in the next one.